That's out in front for this mountain, but then Piggy Smalls overtakes her on the mountain, and he's out in front. He's probably going to do it as well, which he does. He sets another record. We've had 4 records in 5 races in this final. The racing line for these chicanes, which Piggy Smalls gets. No, Bear gets it, but Piggy Smalls tries to spin Bear, but Bear shrugs him off. Piggy Smalls is gaining on the hedge though, but Trotsky with the record! What a simply sublime performance by the Russian! But he's struggling to get around the pigs, and he's trying to cut through Pepper and Hoshi, but he gets pushed out! Bear Trotsky wins season 5. Hello and welcome to Season 6 of League of Pigs, and if you haven't seen the previous seasons, especially Season 5, I would recommend strongly you do so now, mainly because the update I'm about to talk about does spoil a lot of the results from the previous seasons. And with that warning, I will just head straight into it. The update is as follows. All the contestants have had a championship each. The reason for this is exactly as shown. Each pig had periods where they performed far better than any other competitor. This was mainly due to the type of obstacles on the track. Moving forward, the league can confirm that performances will become uneven. Pigs will start to drop out of contention in their pursuit to become the greatest pig athlete of all time. That is a statement that has much bigger ramifications than you would think upon first reading. So please take a second to let that sink in. And while you do that, we'll head over to the first race of Season 6. The first race of the season begins, and they all get an even start here, but it's Hoshi Oinku that starts to fall off the back. Now Pepper Sanchez is doing the same. Bear's the next one to fall on the mountain here, and it's just Piggy Smalls and Ginger, but Piggy Smalls does the final hurdle with the most amount of haste, and he's rewarded with the first 10 points of the season. And it's interesting to see that the course makers had left the 8-inch hurdle behind the hedge, and that allowed Piggy Smalls to just barrel through the hedge. In fact, they all took liberties with it actually, and it just shows that these guys will find the easiest route if you let them, and it's Piggy Smalls that takes advantage of that fact the most. Those of you that have been following us for a while may think that we're based in the south of France, given the weather we've had over the last 5 seasons. But in fact, the HQ of the League of Pigs is based in the heart of England. And you don't get grasses as green as this nearly anywhere else on the planet without paying a price. And that price is the famous British weather. And if you are tempted to feel sorry for these guys, please don't waste your pity. They don't care about the rain one bit. And for pigs, eating is always the top priority, far more important than something trivial like weather conditions. Finally, add the fact that Pepper Sanchez has spent most of her youth eating tequila plants and cacti, and you can start to see that not many of them are complaining. For now, we're going to head over to race 2, which is fortunately a lot drier than this. The sprint race begins, and Pepper Sanchez is being caught off guard there. She's already out of it now, and it's just the big 3 who are racing forward with Hoshi unusually at the front here. Is he going to hold off Ginger? Yes, he does. And Hoshi Oinku wins a sprint race. I cannot remember the last time this Japanese pig won a sprint race, but a great surprise for him. And unfortunately for Pepper Sanchez, a disaster for Mexico as she tries to poke her head over the box and get the advantage, and it's anything but that in this mad sprint race that's just happened. She tries her best to catch up with the rest of them, but unfortunately for Pepper, it's not enough. If you think a little rain is going to stop Hoshi Oinku from working on the hill project, then you clearly don't know Hoshi. And because of this wet weather, the chances of a landslide have increased dramatically. So Hoshi is putting his life on the line here, and he's not even wearing a hard hat. But those are the kind of risks you take if you want to be dig leader and get this project finished on time. Let's just hope Hoshi makes it to race 3. Race 3 begins, and Pepper Sanchez does have a good start this time, so does Bear, but it's Pepper who gets to the front as they get to these chicanes. She does the first one and the second one nicely, same with the third, and she's on her own here for the hedge. She's probably going to do it now, but look, Ginger looks dangerous, but no, Pepper holds her off, and I think that's an apology from Pepper Sanchez to the great nation of Mexico for messing up that sprint race that she really should have won there. And fair play to her as well. She did finish it off. And it's really surprising to see a course with the largest hurdle in this competition being done by the smallest pig in a very fast time as well. Pepa Sanchez does herself proud and manages to hold off the mighty Ginger to claim her 10 points in this race. Little Pepa Sanchez. She's not on top for the round, but she's certainly the most entertaining pig of the season so far. And while Peppa's chomping, I just want to remind viewers that if you are enjoying the show, please consider hitting the like button. And if you think you're going to watch future videos, a subscription would be even better, as it really helps us out. For now, we'll head over to the next race. The sprint race begins and Piggy S'mores, Peppa and Ginger, the ones in contention for this. Peppa's got her snout ahead of the pack, but Ginger and S'mores are looking very dangerous still. And that time looks quite quick actually. Oh! The sprint record's been broken. That record has stood since season 1 in the finals. Ginger Hamilton comes and takes the prestige of having the quickest time down that track. And I don't think that's going to be beaten for a very long time, if ever. Ginger Hamilton finally beats the 8:64 record set by Piggy S'mores in the finals of season 1. And it is glorious for her, beating even the infamous Pepa Sanchez. Congratulations to Ginger. Dig on, you Ginger Roadrunner, you. Ginger Hamilton. I'm still reeling from what just happened in that previous race. I personally didn't think that record by Piggy S'mores was going to be broken. He was just so magnificent in those finals, but it just shows, it feels like Ginger can do anything, and what Ginger's choosing to do right now is continue to dig on the hill. Hoshi's looking like he's cracking the whip on the rest of them, but they're all equal to the measure here, and Ginger's doing a fantastic job with no regard of keeping that lovely ginger fur nice and clean. For her, looking pretty is natural. It doesn't matter how clean she is. She's still going to look stunning. Oh, that's it for me and my admiration of Ginger after that last race. But we're going to crack on to race 5. Door immediately drops and it's Bear who goes straight to the front of the queue. She's going to have to battle Hoshi for the racing line, which she takes off him nicely there. She's made it look easy, but it's certainly not. Is she going to do the head smoothly? It's looking pretty quick. Yes, she does. And oh, again, Bear Trotsky beats her own record at 10:40, and that's a huge improvement on her last record. And just as you think Bear's got into a slump, she reminds everybody who won last season, she is not going to go down without a fight. And you can see at the first chicane, she wants it more, and you're thinking, yeah, this is going to be a quick time. But I did not expect 10:40. And what is going on with these pigs? They're racing like it's the finals. When Piggy S'mores first arrived at the league, some people like to give him the nickname Trousers, or Pants, as the Americans would know it. And that's because the back half of him is solid black. But if you take a closer look, he's even more unique than that. He looks like the product of a designer pig competition, where you give him some trousers, a nice polka dot shirt, and why not give him a golden crown of hair while we're at it? But that's exactly what you're seeing right here. And I think that makes him a good candidate for the most interesting looking pig I've ever seen, and certainly worth appreciating. But not for too long, as race 6 is about to start. Race 6 commences. All of them get decent starts apart from Piggy S'mores, who's been brutally handicapped, but Ginger starts to move forward and it looks like it's Bear and Ginger here in contention for the win. But Ginger needs to catch up with Bear as she's out in front, but she looks like she might do it. I don't think that was enough. We'll have to see what Race Radio says in a second. I think Bear still got it, but I could be wrong. Yes, that's what I got. Bear gets the 10 points. Ginger has to settle for 7. And Piggy S'mores gets 3rd position, which I didn't see him coming up from the back there. I was too focused on Ginger and Bear. He did very well to say he got back from that poor start. And I don't know how Hoshi manages to lose the last podium place. After the mountain, he looked way in front there. We'll have to see what happened. Ah, you see it now. Hoshi crosses over the track. And I don't know why he does that because there's no reason for it. But Piggy S'mores takes advantage. Well, as always, Bear's about as predictable as a magic 8-ball. And I suppose that's half of her appeal to Bear fans. But there are those times where you're watching Pepa Sanchez overtake her in a hurdles race and you just want to smash your screen. But we did see Bear produce one of the most exciting performances in the league's history. But for now, let's just see if she can roll that great performance into Season 6. The final race starts promptly. It's only Hoshi who doesn't get out quick enough, but Bear's in front. Only if Piggy S'mores is going to challenge, but no, Bear's being left all on her own. She's making the most of it as well. She's going to have the hedge all to herself, which she does nicely. And that would have been a record had race 5 not happened. Bear now holds the top 3 fastest times on that course, and it means that she's turned an average performance this round into a good one. Let's not forget, though, that Ginger had the best round, and I do find it funny that we've got 2 styles here conflicting. One is a consistent style collecting enough points, and the other one's an erratic one, but Bear is still managing to get enough wins to cover her poor performances in other races. We've seen another solid round here as the pigs continue to smash records, and to my eye, everything looks pretty even. Yes, Pepper's dropping off at the back, but the rest of them are within striking distance. As mentioned before, I do find it funny the difference between Ginger and Bear. Bear has as many wins as the pigs underneath her, but that's not enough when you're dealing with a pig that refuses to fall out of the podium positions. And it means that Ginger has the best start in Season 6. Please join us for round 2, and if you enjoyed the show, as always, consider subscribing and liking this video, as it does help us out with the all-seeing algorithm.